Um, so, are you currently intimate with your partner and are you planning to abstain from sex till marriage? What's your name? Sips wine. Okay. Let's see. Hi guys, how are you doing this afternoon? How is your week started? How is it going so far? So my name is Muthoni Mukiri. Welcome to Muthoni's Mission. So 2 days ago, like on Saturday night, I asked you guys to send me a list of personal questions you want me to answer because I get them via email, via DM once. So I just wanted them at the same time so I can answer them. And today I am answering 20 of your questions. It's just like a get to know me session, personal questions, things you want to know from my personal life. I'm happy to do this. Of course, if they are too intrusive, we will see about that. So I am here with my glass of wine. I am ready with your questions. So let's start. The first question, how long did you date before Rurasho? My Rurasho is my traditional wedding, which was last month. How long did we date? We dated for a year. Yeah. So another one, how did you overcome those low and bad days? Sweetheart, I still have those lows and bad days even today. Like sometimes I come home and I just want to cry in the shower and I just get in the shower and I'm just crying. Sometimes I come home and I just want to cry in the blankets, you guys. I still have those bad days. You will still have them. Even when you do the work, when you healed, when you go through counseling or therapy, when you're at a good place, you still have those low days. But I'm better in handling them. Like they don't ruin my entire mood. You know how maybe someone wrongs you or says something insulting to you, and then you mad now at everyone. I stopped doing that. I can be able to separate issues. I still have those bad days. You will still have them, but you're better at handling them. I still want to cry sometimes in the shower, and it's so therapeutic, you guys. Unaingia tu kwa shower hivi and you have issues and you're crying, and then the water is washing away your sins. Okay, yeah. Why did you quit TV? I did not quit TV. I left news because I felt it was time. You know how sometimes you can feel like it's time for you to do something else. It's time for you to transition because you feel like if you stay, you start feeling redundant. You start feeling you're not giving it your best. You're tired. You're frustrated. So it got to a point where I felt it was time. Imagine, I just felt like I need to start over or just do something else. So another one. Have you ever been betrayed by a close friend? If yes, how did you handle it? I have been betrayed by friends because I'm an empath and I'm also very trusting. And yeah, so I've also come to learn that sometimes those friends were part of my life when I was toxic. And so they were compatible with my unhealed version. And now that I'm healed, I'm able to choose better friends. I can also be a good friend. It's not just all on them. So I moved on. When their friendships crumbled, I moved on and I didn't look back. And it doesn't mean when we fight with you or because we have an issue, I have to forgive you and reconcile with you. We fought or you betrayed me or friendship ended. I leave it at that. That's it. You are there for that phase of my life. This is another phase of my life. And sometimes if you're not changing friends, if you don't have, sometimes maybe you're remaining the same. As you grow, you realize your friends sometimes grow with you, or sometimes you get new friends for that new part of your life or that new phase of your life. So yes, I had betrayal from friends, but you move on. You move on. At the end of the day, you realize the most important person in your life is yourself. And if you have friends who are betraying you, talking behind your back, telling you crazy things, you cannot trust them, they don't have time for you, you probably don't need those friends in your life, mama. Another question. What sets your soul on fire? Oh, I love this question. What sets my soul on fire? What I'm doing here. what I do on my YouTube channel, feeling like I'm making the world a better place. I feel like God has given me a task, and doing it every day brings me joy. It makes me feel so good. And sometimes when you send me those DMs and those emails telling me I'm changing your life, I'm helping you with my videos are working for you, like that's everything, you guys. Sometimes I go through a lot of bullying for content I talk about here, a lot of haters, a lot of critics, a lot of everything else, but I can't stop, and I'm not gonna stop, because this makes me feel alive. It makes me feel I'm a good person. It makes me feel I'm doing God's work. It sets my soul on fire, basically. So another question, do you want to have kids? Yes, I do want to have kids. Thank you for asking. How tall are you? I am 5'5". That's around, I think it is, no, let me just stick to, yeah, 5'5". How old are you? I am 32. How did you and Isaac meet? How did I and my fiance meet? We met a year ago. Like I've said, we met at a friend of mine, an ex-colleague of mine invited me to a chama party. So they told me, just come to the chama. We usually have mbuzi and some drinks. You come, we have a good time. So I took my friend Shiko, teacher Wanjiko, and we went for the party. So the party was really nice, and then we were introduced to everyone. This is Muthoni, this is Shiko, and then yeah. So Isaac was seated at it was like a round table thing, but he was by the corner in somewhere quiet. There was a tree. So he was under the shade. It was actually in the evening around 7ish, but I could still see him. Yeah, but I didn't think much of him. Yeah, he was there playing cool, cool kid, So we were having a good time. While we were seated there, there was a light above us, so we were in the light. We were talking, we were having a good fun. We were joking with the guys, with Shiko and everybody else who was there. So eventually, Isaac came over, and he came and told me, "Hey, you have such a beautiful smile. Like I've been watching you from the far end." Yeah, and the rest is history. And this is us getting married. So that's how we met. We met at a function, at an event. It went on well. One of these days I'll tell you how we went for the first date, the second, the third date. I have a video every day this August, Monday to Friday. I have 5 videos in a week. So one of these videos I'll talk about our first, second, third date. Yeah. This other question, what gave you an assurance that he was the one? I don't want to answer this one. Okay, what gave me an assurance that he was the one? I can say a lot of my values and a lot of his values aligned. I was brought up in church. He was brought up in church. He's brought up by both parents. I'm brought up by both parents. A lot of what I believed about marriage, about relationships, is the same thing he believed. He's also very consistent. I was also very looking for someone who's consistent. I wanted a good communicator. And the most important thing is that things I talk about here, emotional and mental wellness, he really, really aligns with that. He loves it. He's my number one cheerleader. He sends me materials. He watches my channel and tells me, babe, what you've spoken about today, as in also the fact that we aligned on that level. He's a leader where he works. He's into leadership, and he's also very passionate about coaching. He's a business coach. He has people under him that he coaches, that he helps every day. So what I do here really matches with who he is as a person. He's also very compassionate. He's kind, and those are things I'm about, and things that I love people that have the same aspects. So we basically were very compatible. And we were also, the fact that we're mature also, and we've dated before, and things had also not worked well for him. We came ready. Like I was in a position where I was like, if it's not gonna work, I'm done. Like if I start seeing you the first talking, the talking stage, the one I talk about here, like the first month, the few weeks, and then I'm feeling there are differences, I would not take it further, and had done that before when I was single. So when I met him, he was also at the same point like me, like where he was done playing games, he was done with people who are not serious, and he wanted someone serious and something more. So I think we were compatible, and it's always been easy. I think it's in it just flows, and these it's kind of effortless. Okay, of course you have to put effort. It's a relationship, but it's fun. Yeah, like it's not too much work. Like, no, I have to call him. No, no, it's just nice. Okay. So, how long were you single before dating again? So, I was single for 2 years. For 2 years. Actually, last year, June. I was single since 2018, June. Uh, so, last year, June, 2020, June was 2 years. My 2 year anniversary for singlehood. Yes. So, when I talk about being single and happy, I know what I'm talking about, you guys. When I talk about knowing what you want in a guy and wanting that and going for what you want, I know what I'm talking about. I just didn't get these things on a silver platter where I just finished Campo at 24, 25, a man swept off my feet. By 30, he's bought me a house, he's bought me a car, we have kids. I didn't come from that. Like, it's been a journey for me. So, are you currently intimate with your partner, and are you planning to abstain from sex till marriage? What's your name? Sips wine. Okay. Let's see. So, am I currently intimate with my partner? You know how you know what they're asking, but you're trying to be. Am I currently active intimately with my partner? And am I planning to abstain from sex till marriage? Okay, who are you, first of all? Why are you asking me such intimate questions? Okay, so to answer your question, my values are not your values. The way I was brought up is not the same way you were brought up. So I don't want to answer this question directly, because bloggers are camping here so they can go and say blah blah nonsense. They can write nonsense. So I will tell you this. If you are looking into dating and your values don't allow you to have sex before marriage, there's someone exactly for you. There are also men who want women who will be celibate before marriage. Sawa. Yes, I've gotten DMs from those men. Also, if your values allow you, there are women who there are people who if you get to a point where you're exclusive, you feel like you can do that, or you get to a point where you're his girlfriend officially, maybe you've taken tests, or you feel like you're faithful to one another and you feel you want to get intimate with that person. I cannot judge you. We all have different values. We all have things we stand for. I don't want to say if I was intimate, if I am still intimate, or blah blah blah. Yeah, so yeah, so stand with your values. If you don't have before, if you want to have after, if you want to wait, there's someone just for you. But I will not answer this question for obvious reasons. Okay, I had written my questions here in a book. Are there times you felt like you can't make it anymore? Yes, I've said that. There are times I felt, there's times even right now, I still feel that, Muthoni, what is wrong with you? But I can still go back to that place of, tomorrow is a better day. Things don't always remain the same. I can always work to making the situation better. If it's something beyond my control, I can just let it go and just do what I can control. I still have those bad days. I cry. I am angry. I am moody. I don't want to leave the bed. I just want to be in my pajamas all day. I don't want to take a shower. I also have those days. You will also have them. Even when you do the work, when you healed, those days will always be there. Is it true when one is past 30 years, it's difficult to conceive? No, it's not true. It is absolutely not true. They say 35 and above, you might have to go to a gyna, or it might take you a while, but not that you will have really difficulty. There are women who have difficulties at 21, at 22, at 23, sweetheart. So do not scare yourself. Do not rush into marriage just because you're 30. I will talk about the age 30 for me, what it was for me and what it meant and what the choices I had made. But no, actually they say for Africans it's 38 and above. That's when probably it might take you slightly a bit longer, but it's not that you can't conceive above that age. You can still conceive. There are women who are conceiving in their early 40s. And if you conceived later in your years, please let's meet down at the comment section. So, were you worried when you were 30 and single? I was not worried. I was worried when I was 27 and 28. Because when I was 29, 28, around there, that's when I went for therapy. I was so desperate by then because I was like, I was hitting 30. But by the time I was hitting now, getting to 30, I had already gone for therapy. I was single and hot and I had money. By the way, I was doing well, especially financially in my 30. When I was 29, 30, 31, it was really good for me, really good. So, yeah. I was not worried at that point. I was worried when I was a bit younger. Actually, when I got to 31, I didn't care. Like I told you, since I was 28, 29, I was single for 29, 30, and 31. Those 2 years. And I didn't want to get into anything that I knew wasn't going to be long term. I didn't want to settle. I didn't, you guys. For 2 years, I didn't. I went out on dates. I met people who wanted to date me. I gave, of course, the people I gave my phone numbers. But I knew I wasn't going to be serious with anybody if I felt like they were not leveling up. If I felt like if my instincts were telling me no, if I felt something, I wouldn't do it. How did you communicate your expectations when dating? I just told him, of course, you don't tell them the first date or the second date. You don't want to go there like you have a book of rules. I told him when after like that date, when I felt like he was someone I wanted to see for another date, he was someone I want to talk to a lot. I just told him I'm looking for something more, like, and I'm not fascinated by the physical or money or those things. I just want something deep. I just want to know you as a person outside the fancy dates and everything, because Isaac is very romantic, you guys. He is so romantic. Like it said, he used to do really nice dates, even dinner dates. Even when we're going on a road trip, he wakes up in the morning, makes sandwiches and those things. I don't even know if they're still gonna happen when we are married, but all I can say is I was having a good time when dating. He's very organized and he's very romantic. I'm zero romantic compared to him. And then he's also, one thing that attracted me to him, someone asked me that. I think I will talk about that when I get to that. So I just told him, after it got to a point, mkishajua na kiasi, after ukishaona this guy is someone I would not mind introducing to my friends. I would want to get to know this guy. Just tell him, by the way, I'm at a point in my life where I want more. And you don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to be emotional. You know, sometimes, mecha nikwambie, mimi, don't do those things. Eh? Sindio? We are learning to be emotionally mature. So just tell him, I'm at a point in my life where I'm looking for more. And if by then I told him that alafu akacheka, then he laughed, and then I was like, oh my god, this is going to sound so bad. And then I thought he would be like, this one is just another one with rules, but I didn't care. I just stood with my truth, and I told him I'm not, I just want more. It just can't be physical. Just can't be the fun. I just want something deeper. He laughed about it, like I've said. I was like, oh. But then after like a few days, he was like, we continued talking every day. And then after a few days, he was like, when you told me that, I really felt like I really wanted to know you on a different aspect. At first, he doesn't know what he wants. Maybe he just want the fun. But when I told him that, he just now wanted to know me as a long-term partner. Yeah. So how did I meet my man? I have spoken about that. What attracted me to him? Of course, he's very attractive. But at first, you guys, I was at a point in my life where I didn't care if you look like the moon and the stars. I just wanted character. I just wanted depth. I just wanted something more than the physical and the money. And I've been through those things. I've dated all that. I have dated money. But I was at a point where I just wanted authenticity. I just wanted someone who's vulnerable, someone who will meet me at my level. And so what attracted me to him is the fact that he is very emotionally available. He wants to talk about his emotions, about what he feels. Even the things he used to tell me, no other guy had told me those things. Like he talks about his feelings and he wants to talk about things. When we have a disagreement, he always calls me and he's like, okay, so I think about today. I liked that. I really liked that because it takes strong people to do that. But sometimes we think closing up, and sometimes we think being too mean is strength. Strength is in vulnerability. And you can never experience real intimacy until you become vulnerable, until you produce yourself, you show up to be seen for who you are, outside my lipstick, outside how I look like. Who is Muthoni really, So another one. What drives you day by day? What drives me day by day? Wanting a better life, wanting to be happier, wanting a more fulfilled life, that is what drives me every day, wanting to feel that fire in my heart when I'm doing my YouTube channel, wanting to be a good part, as in I just want to live a happy life. I just want to live a fulfilled life. That is what drives me. Every day I'm waking up to hustle is because I want maybe a better car in the future. I want to be able to pay my bills comfortably. I want to, every time I am doing my YouTube channel, I feel like I'm fulfilling God's work, like God has sent me, and I feel good. I wake up every day, and what drives me every day is wanting to live a happier, fulfilled life. Do you have any regrets in life? This is a good question. Do I have any regrets in life? I feel like I am proud of 90% of the choices I have made in my life, and I feel most of those choices have been deliberate. About regrets, do I have what regrets? Because even I talk about my toxic relationships before, I think they have shaped me into who I am right now. And I feel when I got to a point where I understood, how at first you're like, but why me? Why did it happen to me? But then you get to a point where you're like, I'm not happy it happened to me, but I acknowledge it happened to me for a reason. Of course, there are things I've made bad choices. I can say I've made some bad choices, not very many, but then I feel like I had to make them. And I feel like probably if it was still today, I would still have made the same decision. I don't have a lot of regrets in life. I do not have. And one thing I sure do not regret is not rushing into marriage. I do not regret that. I do not regret not having kids earlier. I do not regret that. So, how many kids do I want to have? Okay, do you want to have kids, and how many kids I want to have? I want to have kids. I love children. I want to have 3 or 4 probably. I don't know. I was told pata moja ndio ujue. Okay, so after the first one, I probably might know then. But yeah. So who is this? What do you think about contraceptives? I hear when you conceive, blah, blah. Okay, I'm not trying to conceive at this point. I don't know what plans God has. But, so I've never tried to conceive. For the person who's asking me how difficult it is, I've never tried to conceive. I might try it pretty soon, but for now, I've not. So those who've tried, please let me down at the comment section. Number 20, what's my worst fear? This is the last question. My worst fear is going to heaven and realizing I did not do what God wanted me to do. My worst fear is not living according to my purpose. God has put each and every person on this earth to fulfill with a purpose. God has given each and every person a purpose and put you on this world to fulfill a purpose. And my worst fear is finding out my life was in vain. Like I did things I wasn't supposed to do. Like I didn't do what God wanted me to do. Yeah, like and most of what God wants us to do is serve, and to serve mankind and be of service to others. So I really pray every day that God will keep revealing to me why I'm on this world and what I need to do. Yes. So you guys have ended it there. There were a lot of personal questions I cannot even talk about here. You guys are crazy. Some very invasive questions. But I think I've answered most. Actually, I've talked so much about my fiance right now, about some of my personal decisions. Someone asked me, I'm forgetting the question. Oh, it was, are you happy? No, he asked me, are you happy with Isaac? Am I happy with Isaac? And then thinking about it, I am happy. I am happy alone. I am happy and I do everything to make myself happy. And so I am also happy with Isaac. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and please share my videos. I appreciate you so much for creating time and finding time to click on my videos. Also press the bell down below so you get notified every time I have new content every day. every day of the week this August, we meet here, we talk, and yes. So I love you guys. Bye.